Hi everybody, and welcome to You Can Cook Anything with Bob and JP. Today, I'm going to do something that a lot of people find difficult or don't even know how to do. So after a long day of work, you come home and you really want nice Chinese dumplings. You don't have any in the freezer, and you don't want to call the local Chinese place that serves those dumplings with the breading that's like the size of a sandwich. So you end up rooting around the kitchen, getting whatever you can. Well, I'm hoping to show you tonight a quick and easy way you can make dumplings at home with just a couple ingredients. So let's get started. So I'll have the ingredients list and the recipe and a link in the description. We're going to start with some wonton wrappers that you can buy in most Chinese markets and in some other markets. I'll also include a recipe to make this dough yourself so you can pre-prepare it. I don't do that. This is a lot of work. A hand of ginger. We'll only need a little bit of this, about this much. Garlic cloves. I think we're going to use one of those. We need some ground pork. This is about 1 pound. It's exactly 1 pound. Salt. Some soy sauce. I happen to like the tamari type of soy sauce for no specific reason. And then the secret killer ingredient, MSG. This is not bad for you. You can go read all about it. This is in most of the things you already eat, like tomatoes and fish and steak. It's naturally occurring. Corn. In fact, this is processed out of corn. We're not going to add too much. We add just a little, gives a nice beefy flavor, meaty flavor. Okay. So, cleanliness. We're going to wear our gloves. Also keeps me from getting gross pork under my fingernails. All right, so first things first, we're going to open up the pork, get the pork into our pan to mix it with the other stuff. Today is also somewhat of an experimental video. We're using new lighting. Nothing too special. It's fluorescent film lighting and a Moment V2 wide-angle lens on my iPhone just to see if we can get some better shots for everybody. So with this, we're going to actually crush the garlic using a machine today. There's no slicing. I want it in really, really fine pieces. So we're going to macerate it. This is also why you really only need that 1 clove of garlic. It is going to bring a lot of flavor because it's all going to be just destroyed. Now, the interesting thing a lot of people don't know, and if you go back and check out our Asian-inspired Asian pulled pork lettuce wraps that JP put out yesterday, you'll see a very easy way to peel this with a spoon. There's another way to cheat. So let's say you don't want all of those little strings of ginger in there, and you don't feel like sitting here and cutting and peeling. If you shove ginger in one of the garlic presses and squeeze, yeah, you get sliced ginger. There we go, ginger. I'm actually not even going to add more than that right now, except for the rest of the piece that I put in there. Make sure the juice flows out too. Ginger's done. Put that there for now. Next, we're going to add some salt. This is approximately a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons and a half. And we're going to add about not going to add that much. Remember, don't put in your hand more than you absolutely want to add. So that's about a 1/2 teaspoon. We're going to get rid of that. Okay, now we're going to add some soy sauce. So we'll shake it as it can separate. 1.5 tablespoons. Now you can add more ingredients to this. There's a lot of things I'll do. I'll add cabbage, slice up Napa cabbage and put it in here. Scallions, chives, Chinese chives, which have an interesting flavor that you may or may not like once you have them. You can pretty much put anything. You can do these with beef, you can do them with chicken, lamb, pork, whatever. The nice part about a dumpling is it's whatever you put in it. So remember, this idea is, can I do this quick so that I can get to the eating part? After a long, hard day at work, you don't want to spend hours cooking. All right. So that's done. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to prep our wrappers. All right, now the thing is you can buy these frozen, so if you ever see them, just buy them and throw them in the freezer. I usually like to take them and throw them through my pasta machine. It makes them even thinner than this, but not today. So in the interest of doing this as quickly and cleanly as possible, we'll take a spoon. You don't need a lot. Dab it in there. Maybe a little more. That might have been a little stingy. And then you can close this two ways. One, you can just use water. You could use an egg wash, which is 1 egg and an ounce of water mixed up. Truth is, you don't need the egg wash. So you put that in there. Take the water, rub it around half of it, fold it up. As you crimp it, you're just kind of pushing the air out. Sometimes this top one is a little rigid, so you'll see it broke. Don't let it bother you. Nobody will notice when you cook it. All right, now it's a bunch of filling. So filling down, water, fold, done. 2 dumplings. Okay, I'm going to fold the rest of these. I'm sure you don't need to watch that, and we'll come back when they're done. All right, so welcome back. That actually didn't take that long. What I did was I stopped when I had what I consider a single serving. So if you went and you bought dumplings at a Chinese restaurant, you're going to get 6 to 8. Same with the Japanese restaurant, pretty much any Asian restaurant. So there it is. There's one serving that literally took me 2 or 3 minutes. I'm using the simplest dumpling fold you can do. It's just a half moon, right? You can get more creative if you feel like it. If you're really good, you can do this kind of fold trick where you fold all the way around like this, that I'm horrible at, and you end up with a little pocket. No good for me. You could also do the one where they fold it and it comes out like a wonton. Yep, no good for me. I do this. Why? It's fast, it's easy, it tastes the same. I get a little more filling in these. 2 ways of cooking these. 1, steamed. 2, fried. It's your choice. If you're going to steam them, these steamer baskets can be bought at any Asian market, restaurant supply. They're stupidly inexpensive, absolutely worth getting. They clean relatively easily, and you know, when you're done, just steam them again, and the steam burns off everything. The nice thing about these is if you happen to have a pan about this size and you flip this upside down, it locks right into the pan. So all that beautiful steam comes right up through the top. So I'm actually going to twice cook these. I like to steam them, followed by a light frying. So one, normally you'd use cabbage leaves for this, but I forgot to tell the wife to pick up cabbage today. So we'll just use some lettuce leaves. The only reason you're doing this is so your dumplings don't stick to the bottom, and then you can't eat them. So we'll just throw some lettuce on the ground here. Ground floor. Throw that there. All right. And then we just sit our dumplings on it. Before we do that, let's put the water in. I think I need to stop wearing black in these videos. All right, about 1 inch of water in the pan. I'm going to turn the heat on the oven, on the stove top, get it hot. Put this here. The nice thing is, if you do use a pound of pork, you can take pieces of that and you can just bundle it up in little things if you're doing individual servings and freeze them and go back to it later. You can just keep going. If you have kids love doing this. It's fun. Unfortunately, my kids, the ones that live in our house, not the ones who are older and moved out, are both sick. So nobody wants to make dumplings, and I don't want them making my dumplings. So we'll put this on the stove. They don't need long. Those should only take about 12 to 15 minutes for the pork to be all the way cooked through. You can know for sure by either cutting one open and destroying it, taking a thermometer and sticking it in and checking. or being really safe and going to 20 minutes. At 20 minutes, they will absolutely be cooked all the way through. Maybe a little overcooked, but because we put the soy sauce in there, it's going to buffer it. All right, while we have some time, let's make a sauce. I'm going to go get the stuff. All right, let's make the sauce. Now look, you can go online, you can find a lot of recipes for simple sauce. Most of the time it's soy sauce with a little ginger. Sometimes it's black vinegar with a little ginger. I want to make a sauce that I think you'll find the ingredients for really easily, not go hunting out black vinegar. I mean, pretty much everything I showed you right now, you can get at any supermarket. So we're gonna take some soy sauce, probably 1/4 cup or so. That's 1/4 cup. And then we're going to put about a tablespoon of rice vinegar. No, you cannot substitute white distilled vinegar. It'll taste gross. Don't do that. Just get some of that. It's at the market. Now we're going to take some ginger. We'll use JP's peeling method. It also works with the back of a knife in case you're just too lazy to turn around and grab a spoon. All right. Kind of made a gingery mess everywhere. Luckily I have a bar sink. All right. Not the right knife, but it'll do. Okay, we cut that thin. Sometimes you cut into matchstick shapes. We'll just throw those in there. I like to add a little garlic in there too. Totally not traditional. It's just a Bob thing. All right. Alright, throw those in there. That's it. Very simple dipping sauce. Doesn't need anything else but that. Alright, let's go see how the dumplings are doing. Alright, let's see how they look. Number one, that is steam. That is incredibly hot. Put something on it and lift from this weak little thing, or just grab the edge. Lift away from you. Oh, look at those. Damn, those look good. All right, so we're going to take those. We're going to put them in there and give them a nice little toastiness to them. So stay tuned. What you do is you put that in like that. We lit it. Just give it a minute. Should be stuck. Oh, they're not. Oh, they look good though. All right, quick flips. Quick flips. Perfect. All right. So much easier to do this stuff with your hands. And then off the heat. And they'll crisp up on the other side. And then we'll serve them and see how they taste. Okay, well, there they are. Here's the sauce. We're going to give them a taste, see how they are. Then we're going to shuck these off to the wife to have for dinner, and then make the next batch. These are perfect. They've got a nice ginger flavor with just a hint of garlic. The pork is perfectly cooked. The sauce came out absolutely perfectly. This really didn't take very long. You make this, freeze the pork, and then you can do it over and over again. In less than really 10 minutes of getting everything together and cooked, you can have fresh dumplings at home that are better than what you'll get at most takeout restaurants. Everybody, thank you. I'm looking for any comments, especially on the lighting, the new lens on the camera, and even the new mic. You can actually tell the difference in this episode going from the first half to the second half. Try things at home. Thanks for watching. If you care to, please hit subscribe and click that little notification button on the side. That's why you'll know when we come out with new videos. Also, leave a comment. We live for that. Let us know if there's any suggestions you have for things you'd like to see. Did you try this recipe at home? Did it work for you? Or did you adjust it and make it better? Make it worse? This is freaking awesome.